Good morning, dear students. In this PPT session, let us learn the continuation part of the story Gift of the Magi. Okay, no need to introduce myself again. As usual, I am going to present my 10th session of this PPT of your class, Gift of the Magi. So, before going to start this session, let us have a small recap of the previous class, what we have already discussed in our previous class. So in the previous class, you have come to know about the different concepts of love. We have discussed what is the true meaning of love and in which people love may happen, right? And also you have worked in groups to know more about the biblical story. So biblical story, the word Magi has come from which language? So it has come from that word has come from the Greek language, Magi. Magi, it means it is nothing but magic. It is in the English word magic, in English word magic. So in this session, we'll have some learning objectives after finishing this PPT. Students, you people will understand the theme of the story. So what is the exact theme of the story and setting, where the story sets, and also moral of the story. And also you will improve your sentence making skills, and you'll work in a group to make your own sentences by using different patterns, different new words. So what is the theme? What do you mean by theme? Let us discuss in our further slides. Session outcomes, you don't have to worry. Contents in this particular session, in this particular PPT, we are going to have a few contents what we are going to discuss in our further slides. The first content of this session is the setting of the story, and the second content, theme, and what is the conflict in the story, the central idea of the story, moral lesson of the story, and at last session summary. And you will have some multiple choice questions at the end of the session that you will have to answer for a few questions, and references also you are going to know. Okay, so we have all come to know the summary of the lesson, right? The gist of the story. So what are the important characters of the story, and biblical story of this lesson, and what are the gifts that they have already the three wise men have brought to the King of Kings, right? By discussing all such things, we came to know the true meaning of love. What is true meaning of the love? Okay, so in this last session of this lesson, this is the last session of this lesson. This is the last PPT of this lesson. We'll have discussion about setting of the story first. Okay, so what is the setting? Setting. So every story should take place in some time and also in some places. So that is called a setting of the story. Okay, and here I have just given the meaning. Setting in the story is where the story takes place and when the story happens. The first thing, the story, where the story is going to be taken place, whether it is home or it is any of the hotels or any of the parks. So the place, particular place, and also when the story happens. So it means the particular time, what time the story is going to be happen. Okay, in Gift of the Magi, the story takes place at Della and Jim's apartment. So we have already discussed this in the beginning of the story. Della was alone at her home. Jim went for his work. So it was the day of Christmas Eve. The next day would be the Christmas. They are going to celebrate the Christmas fest the next day. So they have decided to gift to each other, because it is common during Christmas. The community, the people who belong to Christian community, they give to each other. Okay, it is just a practice it is being practiced from long back, right? So Della decided to give a gift to her husband Jim. So what did she want to gift? She wanted to give a platinum chain for his watch as a gift, and in the same way, Jim wanted to give a set of shell combs to his wife, wife's long beautiful hair. So the time of the story is considered in Christmas Eve, since it was explained that Della was confused about what she was going to buy Jim's Christmas present in the following day. So this is the setting of the day. The first thing, the story takes place at Jim and Della's apartment. So they were living in a rented apartment because already we came to know that they were not so rich. They were not able to buy their own house. So they were in poverty. So they couldn't have their own home. They were living in a rented apartment. And the second setting of the time is, it is a Christmas Eve. Okay, and Della was very much confused in the beginning. When the story started, she had only $1.87. With that money, she couldn't buy a costly gift to her husband. So she was confused. She was thinking what to do to buy a beautiful gift for her husband. Because they were loving couple. They wanted to sacrifice each other. So already we have come to know in our previous class. The second content will have discussion that the theme of the story. What is the theme of the story? Usually themes of the story will have more than one theme. Obviously this story has a very beautiful theme. The theme of this story, I can say that it is the theme of love and sacrifice. We already came to know that the true meaning of love and what is the meaning of sacrifice. So where there is love, there should not be any expectation. Love is just only giving, not taking. So these are all the themes. These two are the themes of this story. Okay, and wise people who are in love. Who are the wise people here? At last, the author himself, the writer himself, O. Henry, he calls Jim and Della are the wise people. They are the wisest people because both of them have decided to give themselves. They did not want to take, but they wanted to give. So what did they want to give? What did they want to give? They wanted to give precious gifts as a present to their festival. Christmas is a very special festival. It is celebrated all over the world in a special way. It is all about the spirit of giving, caring, and sharing. Right? Caring and sharing. So these two words are very special to us for the particular lesson, gift of the Magi. So here we can see both caring and sharing. So what did they care? They cared for each other and shared. So they shared their gifts to each other. Okay, and here you'll find irony of life. So irony of life. The greatest irony of life we'll find in this lesson. So what is irony here? So let's see the next slide. The irony is very different here. That Della's sacrifice to cut her hair off to buy the chain for Jim's watch became pointless. It has become pointless. Why it has become pointless? Because Jim told Della that he had sold his valuable watch to buy her set of comb that are made of tortoise shell. Della has bought a precious platinum chain for Jim's watch, but Jim, he doesn't have his watch to wear the platinum chain for his watch. See, in the same way, Unfortunately, this is very unfortunate for both of them. Della's hair is now very short to use the costliest combs, but it will be useful later. Anyhow, her hair will grow. There is no doubt, right? But at this point, when Jim wanted to see happiness on his wife's face, it has become vain right now, because she is not able to learn. It has become very unfortunate Christmas Eve for both Della and Jim. So this is a great irony of their life. Then there is a conflict in the story. So what conflict they are going to face each other? So one major conflict is couples struggle to survive in the midst of poverty. So I already told you in the previous classes, we have already discussed that they were in utter poverty. Jim had to work. He had to struggle to survive his family. So this is one of the major conflict here. And Henry describes their apartment in great detail in order to show just how poor the couple is in material wealth. The beginning of the story, O. Henry, he describes the absolute picture of their apartment. What in all the things, what in all the furniture they are having in their apartment, and what kind of life they are leading in a poverty. So how much Jim was earning for his bread and butter, what was his income per week, and how much they were paying rent for their apartment. So these are all the things Owen had has explained in the beginning of the story. So these are all the conflicts in the story. Then what is the central idea of the story? What does Henry want to give the central idea of this story? The central idea of the story is the spirit of sharing, caring, and giving is one of the most wisest things lovers do. Sharing, caring, and giving. See, such a nice words to hear. Sharing. They wanted to share each other, they wanted to care each other, and they wanted to give each other without expecting anything from each other. And other silly lovers only love to expect. We have heard a lot of stories, but we did not hear such a beautiful stories like Gift of the Magi, because here they have sacrificed everything without expecting anything from each other. So that is what author says, that lovers only love to expect gift, but wisest of them only concentrate on giving. So who are the wisest? Who are the wisest here? Jim and Della are the wisest. So they concentrated on only giving. They did not expect. Della, she never expected Jim would bring that set of shell comb on the same day. And even Jim also never expected Della would sell her long beautiful hair to buy him a beautiful platinum chain. So they concentrated only on giving, not on taking. To fulfill this spirit, they will sacrifice their most precious gift. They are not only gift, they have sacrificed their greatest treasure. The same spirit is true for Christmas as well. So the spirit of Christmas, only giving, sacrificing their precious possessions. Those who display this spirit, they are the Magi. So the author says that who display this spirit, they are the real Magi. They are called the real Magi. So each and every story will have their own moral lesson. For example, if you watch some movies, or if you watch some dramas, or if you read any stories or any novels, we'll try to find some moral from that particular stories or lessons or movies. So here also we'll try to find moral. What moral we are going to learn from this story? So what moral we are going to discuss here? What moral we are going to learn from the story? Because morality is very important. Okay, only reading and getting nothing, so it's of no use. So we should learn some morality. After reading each and every story, we should learn, we should know the morality, and we should try to adopt that morality in our life. So what moral we'll learn from this lesson, from this story? One moral of the story is that we'll give up possessions that means a great deal to us because of love for another. So this is one of the morals we can learn from this story. That is, we should give up possessions. We may have a costly possessions with us, but if we get any chance to give up them, let us give up. Let us give up for the sake of true love and honest love. And another moral is that happiness does not depend on money but on love. So such a beautiful moral we can learn from this lesson is happiness, that delightness, it does not depend on money but on love. Two important morals we can adopt in our life, we can try to adopt in our life is that is we should be ready to give up our precious possessions because of the true love. If you find that there is a pure love, let us give up our precious possessions. And also happiness does not depend on money but on love. The real happiness we'll find only in true love. Money doesn't matter. Money doesn't give us happiness. Only the true love, the true caring and true sharing, that will definitely give us a real happiness in everyone's life. And this is the session summary. Till now, in this session, what and all the things we have discussed, the setting of the story we have discussed here, the time of the setting of the story considered to be Christmas Eve. The story has been taken place during the time of Christmas Eve, not on the Christmas day. So it was the previous day of Christmas Eve. And the major theme of the story is sacrifice. Sacrifice is the major theme of this story. The role of poverty is the major conflict in the story. The role of poverty. So the poverty of Jim and Della is the major conflict in the story. And the central idea of the story is the value of gift comes not in its actual cost but from giving from the heart. Cost is nothing. So how costly gifts we are going to give, it is not a great thing here. So what we are going to give from the heart, that is very important. So these are all the things we have learned in this session. This is about session summary. And here you will have some multiple choice questions. Let us know ourselves how much we have understood from this session. So what is the major theme of the story? So here we are finding 4 options. The theme of the story: first option, death, and B, sacrifice, and C, revenge, and time. So what is your answer? The answer is obviously that is sacrifice. Sacrifice is the major theme of this story. Second question, here goes. In Gift of the Magi, the story takes place at, where does the story take place? So this is the setting of the story. About the setting of the story, here is the question. Option A, Della and Jim's apartment. Option B, hotel. Option C, jail. Option D is the palace. And answer is Della and Jim's apartment. And third question, what is the central idea of the story? The central idea of the story. Option A, jealous. Option B, poverty. Option C, value of gift. And option D, giving from heart. And answer is giving from heart. And what moral do we learn from this story? Option A, helping others. Option B, we should give up our possessions because of true love. And option C, compassion. And option D, troubling. So I think you will easily find this answer. Option B, that is, we should give up our possessions because of true love. So this is the moral of the story. And the last MCQ is, Christmas is all about the spirit of dash. Giving, caring and sharing. This is the first option. And second option B, celebrating. And C, dancing and singing. D, buying gifts. The answer is giving, caring and sharing. This is the spirit of Christmas festival. Option A is the right answer. And here the references: Innovation Board of Editors, approved by the Board of Studies in English, Coimbatore University, Shankaraghatta, Shimoga. And I have also borrowed from the following sites, that is www.enotes.com and www.coursehero.com. Thank you, friends. So here we have finished the first lesson, all the PPT sessions, Gift of the Magi. I hope you understood well. Thank you so much. Have a good day.